I think Alduin is like summoning another dragon somewhere around here. I'm not sure. I don't care, honestly. Even in Requiem, I always go immediately to the Greybeards. Because what you have to do here is basically just watch a cutscene and you get a completely new shout that is not useful in combat, but it has a lot of aesthetic use. And you also get a, well, the last word of Fire Breath, or a word of Fire Breath. Hi.
Wind, guide you. Where did you learn of that? Who have you been talking to?
If you try to be vague about who helped you, he's not going to help you. So I just skip the bullshit and just immediately tell him straight up who's helping me.
They have always sought to turn the Dragonborn from the path of wisdom. Have you learned nothing from us? Would you simply be a tool in the hands of the Blades to be used for their own purposes?
The Blades just want to defeat Alduin, don't you? If you say the Blades are helping me, you just skip all of his his argument. If you say either of these two, he's gonna be stubborn and not help you. We're gonna skip that though.
No, of course not. Forgive me, Dragonborn. I have been intemperate with you. But heed my warning. The Blades may say they serve the Dragonborn, but they do not. They never have. No, I cannot teach it to you.
For reference, it does not change the alignment of your character, whatever you say. Like, you have a lot of options, but being nice to both the Blades and the Greybeards does not make you like a selfish bastard or something like that.
Only Paarthunax, the master of our order.
Paarthunax? I wonder who that could be.
He lives in seclusion on the very peak of the mountain. He speaks to us only rarely, and never to outsiders. Being allowed to see him is a great privilege. He is our leader.
Leader.
Only those whose voice
You have to go through the other options first before you actually get the option to finish the conversation. This better work properly. I remember in one game, the Greybeards all got into combat formation as soon as I got out, and there was no way for me to get them to stop doing that. I do not understand why. I do not understand what was making them feel there was an enemy around them, because I couldn't find anyone, and well, it really bothered me that they were stuck in that position, because it meant I had to go back through the cutscenes and hope for the best that they wouldn't glitch again.
path to Paarthunax lies through this gate. I will show you how to open the way.
Like, the problem with glitches like that is that it's not, you can use console commands to fix it, but it would require a lot of different commands, and they'd be hardwired to potentially be the way you made them to be, and because of that you might not be able to continue with the quest even if you do skip that one instance of them being fetched. Anyway, we've just learned Clear Skies. He's gonna unlock it for us for free, thank goodness. Clear Skies is, it can be used for this thing right here, this kind of thing. There's only like 3 of them to use them on, so that's limited. However, if you use it while it's raining or storming or something like that, it should clear up the sky, as it should. And that's a neat aesthetic touch.
Keep moving.
Particularly in mods that actually make the rain and thunderstorms and stuff affect your character. I sure would have liked a shout like that or something like that in Breath of the Wild, that's for sure. Because it's really annoying when it rains in Breath of the Wild now, isn't it? Also, the wind damages you quite a bit, actually. This also damages you, but the effect is really minor. Do be careful of enemies. There aren't just goats up here. How did the goat get up here anyway? Makes no sense. See? The sky is clearing up. Because I keep using clear skies. And hello. You spawned out of nowhere. There. Really difficult to hit ice rates with an arrow. Cool, Frost Troll. Yeah, he's a classic. You see him quite often. Oh my goodness, it's a huge ball. You want to check it out for me? Bye. I'm sure the villagers in Iverstead are gonna enjoy his company. He's gonna die, don't worry. See, he's dead. Just, I wanted the satisfaction of seeing him disappear from my GPS system. You know, I really should call it a compass, but no, it's basically a GPS system. That and the map. I kind of wish there was a mod that would disable the map or change it so that instead of popping up this thing, your character would like bring up a map in their face, and the map would only show information that it shows for him, you know? Something that would encourage you to explore, to fill out the map here yourself. But it's too late now because I already know where everything is. Yeah. Nice view. For reference, it's possible to use a horse to skip all of this. Especially at this point in the quest where you won't be punished for it. Once you have clear skies, you can... Whatever means you use to get to the top of the mountain is valid. Now it's time to meet Paarthunax. Oh my goodness! It's a me, Paarthunax! Right? Okay, so... Fun tidbit about this guy. He's voiced by Charles Martinet, the voice of Mario.
Paarthunax. Who are you? What brings you to my Strunmach, my mountain? Yes, Vaza. You speak true, Dovahkiin. Forgive me. It has been long since I held combat with a stranger.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep this brief because Paarthunax likes to talk a lot. I don't mind personally, but for the purpose of this playthrough, I'm gonna try to keep it brief.
Dren, patience. There are formalities which must be observed at the first meeting of two of the Dove. By long tradition, the Elder speaks first. Hear my Thum. Feel it in your bones. Match it if you are Dovahkiin.
Fire breath.
I have spoken. The Rotmulong waits.
I completely forgot that he actually notes that you're an elf or a Khajiit or something like that. He recognizes your race. Yeah, you can barely deal any damage to Paarthunax. It is possible to kill Paarthunax, but it's later on, and personally I don't recommend it. Like, he's the nicest dragon around. Why would you kill him? Just for the one soul? Seriously? Like, he doesn't even put up that much of a challenge. But then again, none of the dragons do, so yeah.
You would not come all this way for Tinvak with an old Dovar. No.
But I suppose if you're role-playing as someone who wants to defeat all dragons, no exceptions, I guess it makes sense why you would want to kill Paarthunax. I do respect the fact that it's a choice.
Crosis, sorrowfully, no. It cannot be known to me. Your kind, Jor, mortals, created it as a weapon against the Dove, the dragons. Our Hadrime, our minds, cannot even comprehend its concepts. Drem, all in good time. First, a question for you. Why do you want to learn this Thum? Yes, Alduin, Zebach, the elder brother, gifted, grasping, and troublesome, as is so often the case with firstborn. But why? Why must you stop Alduin? Pruzha, as good a reason.
This choice right here, it does come up later.
Who feel as you do.
If you talk to Paarthunax at the end of the main quest. It's purely aesthetical though, it doesn't change anything gameplay wise.
So that the next
and it's unlikely that you'll know the difference anyway.
Perhaps this world is simply the egg of the next Kalpa? Lean Vokeen? Would you stop the next world from being born? Paz, a fair answer. Rofus, maybe you only balance the forces that work to quicken the end of this world. Even we who ride the currents of time cannot see past time's end. Wulsetid los trahodis. Those who try to hasten the end may delay it. Those who work to delay the end may bring it closer. But you have indulged my weakness for speech long enough. Crosis, now I will answer your question. Do you know why I live here, at the peak of the Monaven, what you name Throat of the World? This is the most sacred mountain in Skyrim, Sokravak Struma, the great mountain of the world. Here, the ancient tongues, the first mortal masters of the voice, brought Alduin to battle and defeated him. Yes and no. Viknus Nikaron. Alduin was not truly defeated either. If he was, you would not be here today, seeking to defeat him. The Nords of those days used the Dragonrend shout to cripple Alduin, but this was not enough. Ok Mulag Unslad. It was the Kell, the Elder Scroll. They used it to...
Yeah, so from what I've heard, the Elder Scrolls, they don't work that way.
Currents of time.
Like, now they're just Deus Ex Machina scrolls, I should say. Used to be that they just contain information, from what I've been told.
Not intentionally. Some surface. Which is why I have lived here. For thousands of mortal years, I have waited. I knew where he would emerge, but not when. Tid Krent, time was shattered here because of what the ancient Nords did to Alduin. If you brought that Kell, that Elder Scroll back here to the Tid Ahran, the Time Wound, with the Elder Scroll that was used to break time, you may be able to cast yourself back to the other end of the break. You could learn Dragonrend from those who created it.
So if you've already got the Elder Scroll, you can immediately start the next part of the quest. But I don't have it because I was purposely ignoring it. I do think that in my first playthrough I already had it at this point. It's kind of awkward because he keeps talking about how the Elder Scroll is like super legendary and it's amazing and stuff. But then you're like, oh, I have it right here. And he's like, the kill, you count it.
So you have speak.
Yeah, you can continue talking with him, but that was kind of glitchy. You're supposed to use the Elder Scroll right here. You can kind of tell from the weird effect. I'm waiting for Paarthunax to settle himself. He's a little old. He has a bit of trouble. Yeah, there.
Speak.
You're the master of the graybeards. You orders come here to train?
I have taught the way of the voice for centuries, and the Thum since long before that. But no, Dovahkiin. Others do not come here to train anymore. I meditate on the Rotmulag, the words of power. I counsel in their use. It is enough for me. Knowing a word of power is to take its meaning into yourself. Contemplate the meaning of a Rotmulag. You will become closer to that word as it fills your inner self. Will I teach you,
yes,
Dovahkiin? It is called force in your tongue. But as you push the world, so does the world push back. Think of the way force may be applied effortlessly. Imagine but a whisper pushing aside all in its path. That is Fus.
Yep, so we got force without effort. Now Fus will die stronger. Cool, huh? Where is it? Where is it? You stagger 25% less and Vo stagger 25% more. It's not that useful, but it's still fun.
You will push the world harder than it.
I think the other words, like Y'all increases the power of fire breath, and the other one increases the length of some of the shouts' effects. So that's cool. Yeah, now we need to go somewhere north of Winterhold in order to get into the next step of the main quest. But that's something that you could have done much earlier on if you were exploring that area. So that's neat. Also, yeah, there's a unmelting snowbank right here. Remember this location. It concerns a quest involving the white file. Actually, I think I could have picked it up right away, but I don't want to glitch that quest, so that's why I left it alone. Trying to climb to the top of the mountain right now because there's something special. Of course there is. Why would there not be anything special at the highest mountain of Skyrim? Clearly. Okay, so we've got Malachite right here. There should also be an ebony vein. Yeah, there's one right here. And there's another one right here. And there's also this notched pickaxe. Raises the wielder's smithing abilities and does 5 shock damage to enemies on hit. So, it's a Minecraft joke, alright? It's a Minecraft joke. Minecraft had just come out or something like that, and the developers of Skyrim wanted to make a shout out to that. It's still popular even to this day. Anyway, I could talk to the Greybeards and even Esbern too, but I already know what to do. So next time we're going to Winterhold, little cutscene, and then we'll continue with the main quest.